Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, dear listeners, from wherever you have tuned into this channel all over the world. Welcome to Verdict TV. The news updates. Afenifere says, no waiver for Tinubu. Do welcome once again to this channel, and thank you for tuning in. But please do well to subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button and also the bell for more updates. Now to the news details. Please carefully listen to the end. Afenifere stoutly stood in the gap for him last Sunday. It came out proudly to be counted, not really to shield or defend one of its very own. No, never. That's not in its character. It did what it did essentially for the love of the country and to redeem the frightful and pathetic situation. The Yoruba socio-cultural organization would not fold its arms and watch President Bola Ahmed Tinubu messed up, even in a mess it did not create. Agreed, Tinubu was a principal facilitator of the immediate past regime. But must he do the job for the principal actor of that regime? He did his part. It's just natural to allow the regime to breathe the way it breathed. It truly breathed heavily on us. For all 8 years, the scars are visibly all over us. You see why Afenifere is genuinely grieved. It's pain to the marrow. But it won't give up. The reason it threw itself into the battle wholeheartedly. This president must be rescued. He needs all the support one can muster. The organization went all out. It took the lead for the right reason. It never minded whose ox was gored or brutally bruised. It did the needful. It held the deadly bull by its dangerous horns. It was an outright confrontation. For Afenifere, it was a serious business. It waved all sentiments to the dustbin, but bluntly refused a waiver for Tinubu. It won't spare him either. What is sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander, that's its usual elements. It's changed not. Afenifere has been so ruthless with previous governments. Tinubu would not be a strange exception. There should be no breathing space, no ill feelings. It's for the collective good of us all. It rightly set agenda for Tinubu's success. A sort of to-do list was rolled out. Afenifere did a comprehensive stock taking, and its conclusion, life in Nigeria is unbearable now, a secured fact. Though Tinubu did not start it, it did not improve upon it either. The ship is rather sinking deeper. The storm is all over us. The whirlwind is becoming stronger by the minute. The reason Afenifere came out forcefully the way it did, it brilliantly put forward what its National Publicity Secretary, Jare Ajayi, dubbed 5-pronged approach to prevent the country from total socio-economic dislocation. Afenifere firmly believes these are the nuggets this government needs. Seek debt relief from our major creditors. Drastically reduce the size of government at all levels. Block areas of leakage of public resources, especially finance. Embark on policies or programs capable of engaging millions of unemployed people. Ensure security and safety of lives and properties. The abridged package is not cast in stone. It is quite doable. At the moment, Nigerians' debt profile is so high that it is spending about 97% of its revenue to service the debt, according to many official sources, including the Debt Management Office (DMO), Federal Budget Office, Ministry of Finance, and the World Bank. This is alarming. Still, there is a viable way out. Afenifere insists we must just beg our creditors. We need debt forgiveness. We have to convince them to oblige us. They did it before. Afenifere's serious note of running is a huge caveat, and for such a plea to succeed, however, there is actually an urgent need to drastically cut down on the emolument of public officials, especially the public office holders. Afenifere is telling the administration of Tinubu to block the holes through which public funds leak and wage a serious war against corrupt officers that are presently in or out of office. And it is only by doing these three things that those we approach for debt forgiveness would listen to us. There is no viable alternative available. Nigeria have exhausted the limits and good luck. So what we need to do now is to beg our creditors to make sure that the debt can be cancelled. And also the president should prevail on them to rescind their decision in this regard. That is, how they have demonstrated clearly how insensitive our elected officers are to the plight of average Nigerians. We have come to the end of the news. What's your view to what Afenifere has said? Kindly share your view in the comment section. Thank you.